What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J.E.S.Kidding podcast. To my left, we got Saulo.
What's up, guys?
And then immediately to his left, our resident guest, Dave Flores, our gun expert.
Hey, nice to see you guys again.
Resident. Trying to keep it together.
I really am.
We're trying to keep it together, guys.
Next to him, we got our...
You're sweaty, man.
Act normal.
Sweaty bullets.
Normal.
Literal bullets. Hornady bullets.
Yeah, straight out. You got an AK-47 coming down your face, bro. It's just going.
You look
dude.
like, hey, you look like you're about to address the nation, right?
You look like Bush before 9/11. I swear to God. You is sweating your ass.
Today, David Flores testifies before Congress. How's it going, guys? Very
Why
good to
did you
hear.
shoot this young man?
So that depends on what the definition of is.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
And then we got
Immediately to his left, we got Lalo.
Hey, what's up, people? Gonna try to stay sober tonight.
No.
As
Oh,
he
good
sips a
luck.
beer at the Noggin.
Yeah, fucking 8.20. Fuck out of here. You're gonna get drunk.
We have Juanito.
Hello. So what's up, Chris? What's going on with your life?
Why we
It
keep coming back to
doesn't
this?
matter what's going on in
Hey,
your
The Rock
life.
was there. Actually,
Yeah, he
at
was.
that fucking event. It was interesting.
Yeah, how did the last night go for you?
Fuck you.
Tell us about it.
I'll tell you what
Did you
happened.
have a good night?
I'll tell you what happened. Mas Vidal.
So much hype. I don't take anything away from that guy. I like him a lot too.
Dude, that guy was fighting in the streets before there was street fights, dude.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
talking about?
He's a legit
That guy was,
fucking Ryu.
yeah, straight
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
He was
Kimbo Slice days.
skinny ass. Just looks like a 17-year-old young kid with long hair going out the whipping ass, dude. I
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
his videos, dude. I remember seeing him too. I was crazy. And then I was like, wait, is this the... No, this can't be that dude.
Yeah.
And I started looking up the videos like, wow, this fool fucking is actually doing UFC now. And
He went from nobody
Yeah.
to this last year becoming a fucking superstar.
yeah, it's blown up.
rose
It's
to-
blown up.
And that just shows you the impact of martial arts on fucking...
For
Yeah.
people that don't
Or
know
mixed
what
martial arts. I mean,
for the people that don't know what happened, like I'm one of them. This is a match that happened last night, I'm guessing.
Last
Yeah.
night.
so this was a UFC.
Okay. Is that
Yeah.
the one where Trump got booed when he was walking?
Yes, he came out and they didn't air that. They had to edit that shit out, but
He got booed at the World Series too.
I heard, I saw
Good.
that. Yeah, I saw
He
that
should
was
be
recently,
booed
right?
at the White House too.
And he was halfway through his wave until when he found out what was happening, he was like, "Oh shit! Someone shoot everyone here!"
Where are my snipers?
Where's
Hit
my
everybody.
secret?
And then they had to immediately show like a military family, like, "But yay!" And he's like, "Yeah,
Join today the greatest army in the world.
You see how
US
US does
Army.
though? Like that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, they could sway you each way and stuff. I always say that, like when you're watching the media, they'll throw in little adjectives to like sway you a certain way. They'll say, and some are deservingly so, but they do tend to put these like little words in there. So disgraced, producer comes back. Oh, this and this and that. They always have to put that one word in there to be like, this is how you should feel about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
of course.
I notice it a lot, dude. I don't know. It's just me.
Because they're still in the entertainment business, so they got to sell
It's a business.
something to
It's a
you.
business
Yeah.
and stuff. But then when people try to like deny that, media sways a certain way, it's undeniable, man.
Again, media is in the entertainment business.
Yeah, they have
It's
to
still
put
a
their numbers
business
up.
at the end, and they're going to make you feel the way they want you to feel.
So back to Chris crying
Fuck you. I did just a little bit.
because Nate Diaz.
I cry a lot actually.
I don't cry a little bit, I cry a lot.
There was UFC last night. Oh, okay.
If I wasn't here, I'd be crying anyways.
It fucking looks like you're about to start crying now.
No, but
Just say the name. Just say the name, Nate Diaz.
fuck you. No, UFC 244. So Nate Diaz is a guy that kind of was. The Diaz brothers are frowned upon just because they don't.
The fucking
really do
Diaz
good for their
brothers.
brand. What's that?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I can't
You
repeat
just said the Diaz brothers with an accent.
Well,
Scarface.
they're not good for
Yeah.
brand
Yeah.
because they're pot smokers and they just talk.
Well, of course
what
not.
they
Yeah,
talk.
I mean they are the Raiders of the
fucking-
NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they
That's
are.
exactly
They're the
how it
Raiders of the NFL.
totally.
They fucking because they don't give a shit. I mean, this guy cannot get through an interview without cussing of some sort.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
don't
so
take their lack of vernacular as a lack of intelligence. They're intelligent people.
yeah.
They're
They're
smart.
not stupid.
But it's just that's
They
the
don't give a
lifestyle
shit.
they know.
Yeah, they don't. They don't give a shit, and that's why I feel a lot of times that's why Dana White may not push him as much
Yeah.
because they don't give a fuck and they don't care that Dana White is running it.
Yeah.
Just what's fair is fair. Just let me, you know what I mean. But they don't. And that's the thing. You're not following that line that I want you to follow,
Yeah.
so you can't be the superstar then.
Yeah. And in this
But
day
that
and age-
controversy pays too. I mean,
Sure, I mean, sure, he's got more matches and he's had more, right? He has.
the Diaz brothers?
No, at least Nate.
Just Nate? Yeah, I mean,
No, even his brother. His
he was
brother.
out for 3 years. His brother was out for 5.
Yeah.
They said 5, but he just stopped fighting. Like, he just gave up. But the thing I admire about these guys is they're from Stockton, where you could be like, fuck it, I'm going to be thug, hood, whatever.
Which they are.
Which is
Well,
pretty
they're
much
from
everybody.
Lodi, but-
Jenna Jameson.
Jen Jameson's out there?
He literally,
didn't know
ladies
that.
and gentlemen, my boy Chris literally, literally he got a chubby right now. Dude. He said, James, wait, he paused.
Well, no, my family's
Jenna
out there, so I
Jameson
just
was
wanna
out there?
know if she's
He
around.
married her and divorced her. I think they have one
Come
or
on.
two kids together. Yeah.
But to be two
He was banging
like,
your favorite your fucking
two
porn star,
little
dude.
thugs. Anyway,
Yeah.
they could have been thugs,
Yeah, no,
but they used martial arts to make
a way
something
out of it. Yeah,
themselves.
yeah, yeah.
And that's fucking beautiful to me. Despite whatever people might think about them, they're super clean fighters. Like, they don't take steroids. Like, that's just what they're notorious for. And there was controversy before this fight where I think Nate Diaz got almost caught for something, but it was just a tainted supplement. But all that aside, if you know the style of fight that he does, for his eye to get cut, that's like a standard, because there's so much scar tissue on their face that they just open up like fucking balloons.
Yeah, but I didn't see it. But was it? Cause see, that's the thing though. Can he see? Was he able to see? Cause where it looked like it was, it could have been one of two things. There's down here and up
Yeah,
here, right?
yeah.
So if it's cut
brow
right
and
over,
cheek.
if it's
Yeah.
cut right over the eye, it's dripping into the eye. You can't see. But if it's cut a little to the, still in the eyelid, but over kind of to the side, then it just kind of drips down. You can see.
Well,
But I couldn't tell.
So it was a doctor stoppage, which was so anticlimactic because this
yeah,
is
yeah.
like the highest pay-per-view. Everybody was hyped for the fight. It was the most.
And it was at Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a fans fight.
Yeah.
This is not even for a real title.
Yeah, it's a made-up title.
They made it up.
Baddest motherfucker in the world. That's what the title is.
Amazing.
With The Rock, right?
Yeah.
The Rock
And The
versus
Rock came out. and
He was the one. He's the
fucking-
inaugural.
fucking
Like
great
what-
marketing,
yeah.
man. That's fucking
Why not?
great
Fuck
marketing.
it.
So it was just kind of
He
like
probably got
Yes.
fucking dude, just the money he must have got just to show up with
At
the
least
there
a
you go.
At least a
Check,
mil or
please.
two. Yeah.
So
Just
I don't
his
know, it's
name.
just one of those anticlimactic ends where you hope they run it back. That's all.
They will.
I'm
And
sure.
kinda-
Because Masvidal didn't look like. At least maybe I'm wrong, but when he was getting the belt, like he didn't look all that. Like he didn't want it to end that way either.
He
You could
didn't,
tell.
yeah, Masvidal
Yeah, it was-
gives him respect because he wouldn't have had
Yeah.
this opportunity had
Yeah.
it not been for Nate calling him out.
Right.
And that's what I mean by Nate, fucking pure fighter. He didn't have to do that. He was like,
Yeah.
I welcome it. So for them to cut it short like that doesn't feel fair. I don't know. I'm just one.
Was
guy
it in the
with
first
opinion.
round?
The cut happened in the first round, but again, his face is just covered in scar
When did they
tissue.
stop it? What round?
Third round.
It went longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Third round. I mean, out of 5, you got your money's worth.
But you got two styles of fighters who are.
Was it a lot of?
always
Was it standing?
Works up because he's a marathon style fighter.
Right.
Where other people gas out. Now I'm not saying Masvidal was gassing out. He looked tired by the third round,
Uh-huh.
but Masvidal looked good.
Was it standing? It was all standing.
Mostly standing.
Or was there fucking ground fucking?
There was some ground. Oh, fuck you. There was some ground.
Because
but
Chris
that's-
loves that
that's
ground
classic
fucking.
Gracie jiu-jitsu. Like,
Yeah.
Protect yourself at all times, Chris. That can come all any time of the conversation, dude. Just-
That was a quick, yeah, dude. That was a quick pop, huh? keep going. Just keep going. What
I
you
got a
talking?
soft spot
One
for
to the
jiu-jitsu.
kidney, dude. One to the kidney. Ah, you fuck.
It wasn't even fast. Just
Didn't Canelo fight last night too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he win?
yeah, he won.
Fuck that
He,
guy.
he
Took a
knocked that.
while.
He knocked him out. Yeah. Well, fuck. The other guy's got like fucking 3 hands on him. It's like his reach was like this to this.
But
I
he
mean,
was ancient. Canelo's what, 20 something?
no, the other guy is 36. I mean, I guess yeah. You're about his age. So you're ancient, bitch. y que le arda quien le arda.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a year off too. Fuck that, dude. You know. Anyways, yeah. It took him 11 rounds, I think. About 11 rounds.
How many fights does he do a year? Canelo? Just 50, right?
Pretty much like one.
One or two?
No, I think he tries to do 2. The Cinco de Mayo and then the 16th of
66.
September. Yeah. So he tries to do 2 a year.
Okay.
Just
Good money.
yeah, dude. Absolutely. Do
Killer.
Cinco de Mayo in Vegas because I've been there.
Yeah. We were there for
Titties.
Victor's.
Titties and ass. Oh yeah.
Victor's. Yeah.
Dude, a lot of nalgonas, a lot of chichonas. Just delicious. As Chris would say, very delicious.
Dude, he's gonna knock you up in about 5 minutes.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was the zone, dude. As long as you had the zone and you paid your monthly bill, you got that fucking
Do you have
fight.
his own?
No, I did. I had it for 1 month, and I guess if I want to see him, I could watch him for $20.
Mm-hmm.
But which I think is a steal because I guess there's other websites that do sell the pay-per-view at like $59-$69. I'm like, but the Zone is a worldwide app. Why wouldn't you just get the app and pay? And now they're saying that there's you get like 30 days free. Just you got to sign up, right, and cancel before they
There's all kinds of streaming wars
so
now, dude.
so it's like, dude, if you got like yesterday, if you saw the fucking free month, you sign up yesterday and you watch this you're basically watching it for free. Why would you still go to a fucking cable company or you know? But
Times are changing.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
all about apps.
Absolutely.
ESPN Plus. Do you guys have that? Does anybody-
they still
no.
charged,
yeah. You
they
have
s-
to get the app
and
subscription, then pay for the
dude, they
Wow.
and I think what was it, like $69.99,
I don't know.
dude?
For the event?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
or $59.99, and if you wanted it HD, apparently, I
I
guess
had
it's
to talk to
more.
my uncle about that because he pays for all these boxing matches.
Well,
dude.
he's not paying for the Zone pay-per-view. He just has the
He-
Zone.
he buys them like I think individually. Which
No,
is-
wait.
Straight pay-per-view.
Well, okay.
And he'll get every one too. Like I'm like, wow, you know, like every time there's a major boxing fight, he's got.
Wow, dude, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, dude, I gotta talk to him about that.
Yeah, just tell him to get the Zone. And the thing with the Zone is, well, I don't know how much boxing he watches. Besides, you know,
We get the Zone to sponsor us.
no, because
Is that a thing?
We'll comment on the fight as it's happening.
The Zone. Thanks to the Zone.
thanks to the
Every
Zone,
sentence a sound.
we are who we are. Everybody, the Zone. Get in the Zone. Get in the zone. Auto zone. Auto zone.
Any kind of zone.
Any fucking zone. Touchdown, end zone. NFL, what's up, baby?
The red zone.
Red zone, NHL, what's going down?
End zone.
The end zone touchdown, everything, baby, what's going down? The red zone. So come on, shit.
Auto zone. Yeah, are you guys on
Don't
zone?
fucking matter, dude. Whatever
Everybody,
starts
any
working-
fucking zone, come through, baby. I need your shit. Put me in the zone. I don't give a fuck.
Cow zones. We don't give a fuck.
Cow zones or calzones también. I don't give a fuck. Bring it.
Bring money.
We need money. Fuck. We're broke. I'm drinking water from the faucet. Drink me a zone, something. Man.
Fucking
Anyways, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, he put on a show. He looked like he was gonna lose by points, and I kind of, the thing with that though, I was like, even I didn't feel he would lose by points because he's the big star. So
Yeah.
even though the other guy was touching him, if
jab,
it's
that
exactly
Russian?
yeah, and it
That's all they
wasn't
had.
big moves. It wasn't big impactful
Yeah.
punches. So I could see why they would say, as most people say, steal the round from him, because even though Canelo connected like 2 or 3 times, maybe even 4 or 5 times, but they were big, they were accurate, they were strong, and the other fool was tapping him. He hit him, but it was nothing big. So that depends on the refs, right? On the judges, what they want. What do they prefer? The pussy fucking little connections, or do you want the big impactful? It all depends, right? So I could see how Canelo wouldn't have lost in points neither, but if I guess in my eyes, if you're gonna be fair, I guess he should have been losing up to that point.
Yeah.
'Cause the other guy looked more active.
Yeah,
I thought he would have. Yeah, I thought he would have
He
lost.
knocked him out.
But that 11th round, he just put it on him, man.
Yeah.
It was like an instant where the guy was just doing the jabbing, and it was just like you could just see the body language of Canelo just say, "Fuck this." Oh shit, dude. Dude, there was right before he knocked him out. He hit him so, like, if I'm not mistaken, he left hooked him.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
His liver told him after the.
No, he fucking hit him right. He made him roll, and you know how and this is personal. This comes home.
Blood and
Let me tell you why what I'm about to tell you comes home, because I've done this a lot. That nigga hit him so hard, he twisted his ankle. Oh, dude! So you can see it. He does one of these. He stumbles.
Yeah.
His guard comes out, kind of says, "Oh, boom, dude! Right here in the jaw." Yeah. I mean, the money shot, and that guy said. Like, dude, he looked like a rag doll. He just sat down, just boom, and the ref comes up, look, there's a no check, please. Sleeping on the road, it was like this, like check, please. Dude, the ref comes up, there's a oh, dude, just put him to sleep, dude. But I felt it because you know me and my weak ass ankles, right? I was watching it with my boys. I said, did he have to hit him after he busted the motherfucker's ankle? Like, that's fucked up, dude. He already fucked up. His ankle said, can you imagine? Your mind doesn't hit so hard. Your mind doesn't even, dude. Seriously, your mind. What the fuck happened? Hey, ow, my foot. How did that happen? Your mind here. I wrote that. Yeah, your mind doesn't even have time to process the pain from when you're getting knocked out. Like, let me feel it. Oh, the ankle. Sleep.
When he wakes up, your head's fine. Your ankle?
On my ankle? He socked me in my ankle? Y'all let him hit me in my ankle? That's some fucked up shit. Y'all didn't stop to fight my ankle. He's fucking up my ankle, bruh. Y'all let him punch my ankle? Oh, he punched his ankle.
Somebody took out that Mike's ankle right now.
Yeah. How is it that he fucked up my ankle, dude? He punched me in the face.
So hard it made David's fucking
it just the fucking punch just shook his ass all the way down his ankle. Fuck. That shit was crazy.
The vibration of the
vibration
punch.
Just he's like, oh, crack. Dude, seriously. And then like
I call this the ankle breaker.
Damn. At that and dude, I'll tell you, at that moment,
technique.
like it looked like Kovalev was already like Kovalev was already, you know, he was already hurt. Fuck. So his hand dropped his guard. No, it's like el fool fucking saw target. Boom! Just no way lo dormió bien gacho. But I mean, it was a good fight. Even if it wasn't, I guess the ending that most or anybody wanted, whatever. Yeah. It was still 11 rounds.
That's crazy.
With a knockout at the end. You never that's
what you pay for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If not 12 and knockout at the 12th round, but close to it, you know, or even if it's 6 rounds, but 6 solid, just fucking punches thrown and somebody gets knocked out. Like that's what you pay for to see that kind of a fight. You know what I mean?
You got to watch a fight versus. Like,
and none of them, and neither nor was like kind of afraid to throw a little bit. Canelo, he was just more precautionary, and the other guy had the reach on him, but. Once he opened up, once they both started warming up and opening up, it was just, you know, you could feel it. It was going to be a good match, but he's a light heavyweight champ.
Oh, David, have you seen the Joker?
I have not.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see?
This for this match?
Yeah.
Saul, you saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Saw it.
I feel like
saw it together.
yeah, I know. I was asking. Well, he went with us, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Was his nephew?
That's right.
Juan.
I forget you're there sometimes.
Hold on, guys.
I forget you're there sometimes.
Canelo hit so hard, the ankle.
Yeah, it hit me. It took out my memory.
It makes sense. It makes sense. You have no brain anyways.
That was your second time too, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
What'd you think, Lalo?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah?
Pretty good,
Yeah. I thought it was amazing.
I think I like it more once I watch it again. I feel like I was trying to like make up my mind. No, I've only seen that one time.
Okay.
But I feel like I'd like it more the next time. I'll get to like sit back and really enjoy it because I was trying just to make up my own opinion. Do I like it? Do I not? Do I not? You know, like and then. But yeah, and then also the way you know how it ends, stuff you want to see more of the stuff that happens. Getting to the end, and stuff. To like see what was real, what wasn't, and stuff. If anything.
It tripped me out because the first time I watched it, I thought I went nuts. Like, it was too disturbing because I watched it by myself like a fucking psychopath, and I left there going,
For you, it's normal.
"That's normal."
Yeah.
But then it was like, "Is everything not real? Like what
Yeah.
the fuck?" But watching it a second time, it made more sense.
Yeah,
What
see,
was
that's
happening.
what I feel I get
It
if I
felt
watch
like-
Yeah, because you pay attention to different things the
It
second
felt
time
like
around.
a
Yeah.
crazy person telling you what their life is
Yeah.
like, but you can't take any of it. You have to take it with a grain of salt because they're crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, it may sound like
And
it's-
that was exactly
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
I mean-
it was his point of view.
yeah,
what happened.
exactly. And it looks shitty to us, or crazy. It may look crazy to us, but that was what he was living every day of his life.
this
And-
guy pointed out, Juan said it was like every death was justified. Like,
Sure.
if you think about it, like
Sure, those guys
I
that
would
he
do the
killed
same
in the
thing.
those guys. Yeah, okay. Let's get something straight. Killing anybody is probably never a good thing, but I understand why the fuck he killed everybody in that goddamn movie. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying that I would do it, but I'm not saying that the motherfucker
was
didn't do the right.
justified.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it, dude.
And for all you know,
everybody that he killed fuck with him in
Yeah,
some instance,
yeah.
you know.
they did him wrong.
And so he's just like, you know, it's just a person that fucking gives up on trying to be nice, honestly.
and
It
because
makes you
it was his point of view, you don't know what he left out too.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like those kids at the beginning, he could have like hung them all up in
Yeah.
the alley
Yeah.
and just like, oh, I didn't tell him that part. You know,
That one
He
might
could've
be.
just
That one
killed
might
them
make.
all, dude.
They might think I'm crazy.
Yeah, they might think I'm crazy. That never happened. You know,
Yeah.
these
But
But
fucking.
shooting a guy in the middle of a fucking live broadcast, that's not crazy. But the kids gotta draw the line somewhere.
They were
There's gotta be a
assholes.
line, dude.
Gotta draw the line. Yeah.
There's so many Easter eggs in there that it makes you like, go, what was
That's
real?
the recent thing. I will watch it again to see that
Yeah.
I missed
It is.
any Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So the first time around,
Well,
I'm
what
not-
kind of Easter eggs are you looking for?
Every clock had the same time, 11:11. I don't know what the fuck that means. It just means time doesn't mean anything in that movie. Like every clock in every scene was the same time. So is this all happening actually, or is this all just a story? he's
Oh, that's
telling?
good. I mean, honestly, everything in the movie was questionable. Every single aspect of that movie, because it was.
Because
all
it could have been that he was just dreaming.
Yeah.
And that's what those movies are great because it's making you think other than what is being fed to you.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
take everything in.
Yeah.
Those are always great movies. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Any
you know,
movie that has to do with psychopaths and killers.
Inception, it was kind of
Yeah.
like that. Did you ever watch Inception?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was times where you didn't know when was real, when it wasn't. Even the end, you don't know what was real, when wasn't. And like people were like, well, the Easter is like if he has his wedding ring on, it was real.
Oh,
You know, and if he doesn't, then it was in a dream.
huh.
But kind of same thing with like the Joker and stuff. It's like you don't know. There might be clues. It's like, well, this was consistent because there were some things I knew when he went to the neighbor chick.
The chick, yeah.
I was like, no
It was
way,
too- yeah.
no way. And then she was like all about him. I was like, no way. I saw that part coming. Like that wasn't real.
Yeah.
That whole part of them being together and her being
Spoiler
with him.
He fucked her.
Yeah. I mean, dude, at the comedy club when he's bombing and she's like laughing, I'm like, no fucking
Yeah,
way, dude.
yeah.
There's no way. You
I
know?
think they just put that in there to make you question everything. Like if this thing is too far fetched, what is not? It's still far fetched, but it's not like over the top. So I think that thing was putting in purpose for us to notice, like right away. Wait, so what is
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
going on?
It is.
Yeah, and also when he was talking to the nurse, I was like, that's the same nurse from the office. So it's like
But she
the
has
whole
to-
time he was talking to her
Yeah.
in the asylum.
Yeah. Like, is it the
Could've
same
been.
person? Is he just?
That part I was like, oh shit. Like that whole part that makes more sense. So you're like the whole time you're in the asylum, and then the fact that in the and towards the beginning they had like a cutaway when he's like slamming his head on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like he could have just been
The whole time.
telling this
Yeah.
story and. Excuse me, I gotta go bump my head for a while.
He could be
Back
just
to the
telling
story.
in that white room the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
there isn't somebody
That's
there.
exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty much the point, and I like that too when it kind of leaves you thinking, what was it? What happened?
Yeah.
You don't know.
But
You
it
don't know.
makes you empathize. Not that it's a good thing or a bad thing. It just makes you understand someone who's at that place.
Yeah.
You would do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
Mm.
A bunch of thugs are just fucking like beating your ass and you have to protect yourself. You fucking shoot them to fucking get away.
Yeah.
But then it gets bigger than you and it becomes a movement socially or whatever. Like, wow. And then you find out you've been like this whole trauma and all this shit. Like, every death was like made sense.
Yeah. I'm sitting
That
there thinking
sucks.
about the deaths. Which ones? Yeah. They were all some way, somehow.
No, they were. They were.
Well,
all
they were at
justified.
least justified in his mind.
Exactly.
Oh,
And that's all that mattered.
They're not justified. I'm sorry. I take that back. They're totally. That's a crazy person. Who would kill people out of self-defense?
Chris,
That's insane.
up
Who would do that?
Up to this point, you've gone through a lot. You've seen a lot of men.
Bitch.
And you haven't killed yourself, so
Son of a bitch.
you know.
Someone hand me a revolver.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
What do you take when you cross? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's I think, and I have this theory about good actors and stuff. They gotta be. I think my favorite actors all are crazy, and you have to be a certain level of
I
crazy
think
to be able to.
a good actor.
Yeah,
you have to be crazy.
All right, so
Yeah,
it's
you-
controversial.
You have
Who's
to.
the better Joker
You have to. You have to have a level of insanity
to get there.
to be like. I could just tell sometimes, like in real life, that fucker's not right.
I think actors
you
are
know?
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to make
You're a
pretend
professional
all
liar.
the time.
You are a professional.
Well, you know, but
liar. You got to sell it to the point where
But
people believe it for
That's
real.
why. What's his name? Heath Ledger is so on that high level because he didn't just pretend. He lived it and killed himself. So who's the better Joker? Like that's kind of like. It's very controversial. Like I still give a lot of credit to Heath Ledger because
I still like that Joker better though.
I think it's apples and oranges because it was a two different times. If you were doing the same storyline, then you can compare it. But Heath Ledger was good for what it was, and Joaquin Phoenix was good for what it was.
the thing with the Joker, dude, is that you know it all depends on what you like of the Joker too.
Because there's so many versions
Yeah.
even in the comic book.
Exactly. So like, do you like that type of Joker that Jack Nicholson did? Because if that's the one you like, Heath Ledger's one isn't gonna do shit for you,
Yeah,
and
well,
vice versa. And vice versa. If you know the Heath Ledger one is the one that you like the most, you connect more with that little dark side, and not more of the that the colorful side.
can't
Then
be.
you're not gonna like Jack Nicholson. You respect him because of what he did. And he was the first one.
Yeah, and
in a
it, like,
sense, but
that
if
one,
you,
like,
you know-
Jack Nicholson was good for the comic book version,
Exactly.
Fantasyland one,
Yeah.
you know. But Heath Ledger was the realist one.
Yeah.
I think.
I like that Joker
And that's-
because he
that's the
was
thing,
all
yeah.
about doing social experiments to prove how bad humanity could
Yeah,
be, and
yeah.
I like that.
I was very psychological,
Yeah,
very
exactly.
smart, very
I
smart.
think this Joker though allows for the room that all of them exist because
Well, yeah,
But
that's why it was an origin story, sir.
yeah,
it was
well,
kind of
no.
it explains why he got to that point, you know.
like all the Jokers can be who they are through him. Like you're just hearing him tell his own tale. So let's say Jack Nicholson, you interviewed him. How did you become you? It could be this story. Or you take Heath Ledger's Joker. How did you become you? It could be this story. Like that's why I think this is genius. Now I don't think he's maybe the best Joker. Like maybe Heath Ledger, I still give it to him because that guy lost his life for that role.
Yeah.
But this is a fucking really close. Like I really like this Joker a lot.
Well, because this one's again because like the Heath Ledger Joker, they're relatable. It's
Is
hard.
the Heath Ledger Joker relatable?
Sure, why not? It's another cycle. It's another man who went crazy. He didn't do it with no. He didn't have no.
It's fascinating.
He didn't. He didn't. Listen,
because
listen.
he's an actual psychopath.
Psychopath.
That
No,
was
and-
like the people are like,
Well, no.
People are like, well,
Here's-
fucking crazy. I'm crazy. Like,
He's-
no,
you know
it's
what
the
he
ones
is?
that
He's. If I'll make you. I'll put it in better perspective. Heath Ledger is just Joaquin Phoenix in the future. That's
Yeah,
what he was.
yeah.
That you could see that because of this. This is why this man became then this, right?
yeah,
But that's
I
why I,
can
said
agree with that.
Heath Ledger ones is more relatable because it's like this man he took over the city with a gun and knives.
Yeah.
No money. He
he actually
kept
burned
his
them
word.
in.
He
Yeah.
was daring. He wasn't afraid to say, "I'm gonna kill you," and that doesn't mean that I'm playing. I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't do this,
Joaquin,
or you know what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Heath Ledger one, that's why people really and it was darker. It was more like it wasn't superhero-y type. It was
there
like, you
was
could
there's
actually
literally
say-
no way, no one way to beat him, which
Yeah.
was fucking insane. Like, you know, it's like, how do you, kill this man, or how do you stop this man that doesn't care if he's stopped or not?
Yeah.
He fucking, and you know what the funny part? He didn't even kill him at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was the part that I love that
let
part
him
too.
live.
Because like because Batman doesn't kill people and stuff, but it's like the fact that all this time and at the end you didn't even stop him. He's still alive in that world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's scary too. You know, and he leaves you with a sense of terror.
Well, but that's why you have endless amount of comics of Batman versus Joker, and in every universe because he never kills him, and somehow this guy manages to escape Arkham Asylum or some sort, or whatever the case may be. But that's just they're the.
I always thought of Joker.
What is it? The irresistible force and the immovable object.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean there were so many epic lines in that movie as well that I was like, good God.
Yes.
Again. And I see again the Joaquin Phoenix one, that's cool, and I love the Jack Nicholson one, but that one, and they weren't like corny lines, like they were things where you're like, oh,
you could say that.
Fuck, all right, yeah, like I mean
you can't like whole thing with this one.
He was
like
good.
You can't relate with him. You can understand them. You can feel yourself being in that situation because we have all had struggles with work or just life not being fair to you, and you're like,
you know how some characters or some villains or heroes have like certain like lines. They'll say certain things, right? Like he had no one line. He had conversations that were just like, damn.
I really appreciated those movies. They were
Fuck
so
yes,
fucking
dude.
smart, dude.
Fuck yes, dude.
So fucking smart.
I tell people, listen, even if you're not a Batman fan or a superhero fan of sorts, because I've met plenty of people tell me I don't really like the superhero, but just watch it, and I guess try to ignore the Batman side of it. Just watch the Joker. Yes, dude. Like they could have not even brought in the Batman. I think in that movie, and
they could have gotten rid of all the
Batman scenes and just say, yeah, he came from a fight from Batman. But
don't you think?
I was like, dude.
Don't you think that's how the Joaquin Phoenix movie was, though? You could take the whole universe out and just go, this is a movie about a person.
But that was what it was.
And it's just like, I think that's beautiful.
Right.
Well, he's saying the Batman references, and there was because of the Wayne and Thomas Wayne.
It just lives in that universe, but it's still a good story outside of it. That's how I feel about that movie. That's how I feel about Logan. There's still good movies.
Oh, Logan was sick.
You know what's fun? Have you guys seen Taxi Driver?
Yes. No. It's like our modern Taxi Driver. It's like our.
You know what? People kept referencing that. They're like, well, it's like modern day Taxi Driver. But I actually watched it because of that. I actually watched Taxi Driver. It's like, yes and no.
Here? Is that a movie or a show?
Robert De Niro, dude.
Like from like the 80s.
Dude, Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one of those people were like, they reference it,
but not the same.
It's not real, dude. It's like yes and no. It's like. Because people are like, well, it's a man that, loses his mind because he sees, because of what the world has done to him. But in the Robert De Niro one, the Taxi Driver, he was more like he saw, like, humanity. Because he'd drive a taxi at night and he'd see, like, scumbags and shit. And he'd think, what the fuck, get to each other. Whatever. But, like, the Joker, the world was beating his ass. The world was coming at him without him looking like the other one was
remorse.
Like, yeah.
Remorse,
we're like the other one. Yeah, he loses his mind at the end, but it wasn't like because the world was beating his ass. He just kind of had a perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people were like, "Oh, it's Taxi Driver. It's exactly the same." It's like, no, not really.
It's in the same spirit, but it's a different
right.
The only thing you say is a man loses his mind because of the world, but it's not. It didn't happen the same way. You know, it's like it did not happen the same way.
Homages, and that's the beauty.
Yeah, that's why Robert De Niro was in, because it was like it's Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy, and Robert De Niro was the main character in both of those. That's why he was the fucking
King of Comedy. Same thing.
I didn't watch that one, and I can't even.
I just saw the clips of where the De Niro's character is telling a whole like bit about how he got there, and it turns out everything he says is actually what happened. Like, he's a stand-up comedian who got onto a late-night TV show. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And it was like, his whole bit is like, the host couldn't be here because I tied him up in a basement. Ha, ha, ha. And he actually did. Like, it's fucking crazy. Dude. Like,
he was a psychopath in that,
yeah,
right?
he was a psychopath in that. So it's kind of beautiful that it, like, perfect culmination of an homage to the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, Joaquin Phoenix wanted to get on the TV show, and he didn't intend to kill the guy. He was supposed to go out, like, kill himself as, like, a punctuation mark on society. But he was like, what better moment than now to fucking like tell the world, you can't push people around and they don't go werewolf. Like, dude, I don't know. This is a beautiful movie.
How many times did you bust while watching this movie?
Like 4 or 5.
It's disgusting.
We're on 6.
No wonder you went by yourself.
That also was a scene in Taxi Driver.
You got a whole row to yourself just to
yeah, I did.
Beat the meat.
Funny enough, that was a scene in Taxi Driver where you go to the porno theater.
Yeah.
You got any jujus?
Yeah.
I got anything you see here, dude.
Chris goes in there. You got any big black? No, I mean,
I want to ask you guys this. So this week I was talking about. I've been watching a couple of documentaries, and they all basically go about the whole white privilege. And we sort of have talked about it like in little pieces as we're having other conversations, but I want to talk about this like head on. Do you guys think it's real, or do you guys think it exists, or do you feel that it maybe has to affect you? Because we're all here like non-white people.
Oh, it got real quiet.
I mean, because I think we're really trying to think how it's affected us.
Accumulating.
I think so.
Maybe
Honestly,
it hasn't
I
affected
do.
you, but you seen it, or you
I'm sure I've
believe
seen it. I'm sure I've seen it.
I've seen it
I don't
myself.
think it's like I don't feel like it's directly affected me, but I have seen it. Sure, I'm sure I have. Like
I've
even
seen it.
like I don't have to try to sit here and be like, well, when was it? But I'm sure I've seen it. Like it's so obvious at times, but like I don't think it's ever been like, it's not like I've been like I didn't get a raise or I didn't get my job or something because of somebody else because they were white. You know what I mean? Like nothing like it's never really. I've never felt it that way, but I've seen it. Yeah,
I think there's an awareness that people have that are of color, that people that are white or whatever you want to call it, Caucasian, whatever, that they don't have. Like 100%. I have some friends that are Caucasian or white, or whatever you want to call it, that don't think the same things that
White
I do
folk.
when I'm trying to get the fuck around in the world. Like, you can't just go do that, dude. Like, that looks suspect. I've been pulled over at least 3 times in Sunnyvale for nothing. It was just like, oh, that's
man. Honestly, I'd pull you over too.
yeah. It wasn't.
I ain't gonna lie, right?
It's.
I'd pull myself over. I look
I'm
in the
not-
mirror like you under
I'm not
arrest.
trying to play
motherfucker.
victim. I'm a
It's-
good citizen. I don't do anything wrong. So pull me over. Fucking check
You're
me. What the
drinking
fuck?
and smoking.
Yeah, but I.
Yeah, but
There's full capacity
True.
of legality. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong.
you know why? Because you look. You're right. You look
It's
suspect.
just a thing. But
Yeah, sucks.
the thing with Chappelle's last special that I really admire, he's like, it's happening to them too. Like, the whole, what is it? Heroin crisis?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody cares about anything other
Just say no.
like, even that community is starting to feel like what it's like to be marginalized. Like, nobody gives a fuck about us except the people. Like, the people on top don't give a fuck.
No, absolutely not.
Like, I don't know.
I think we throw that term around now, white privilege and stuff, because certain people, I'm not saying all, but certain people will use that as an excuse not to try. And I don't agree with that and stuff, because dude, if you really sit there and think about it, there are privileges for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
There's privileges if you're a hot chick.
Yeah,
There are
absolutely.
privileges
Oh, yeah.
if you're a tall guy.
Yeah.
If you're a certain color, if you could say this, you could say that. Like, for example, if people say white privilege and stuff because it's just something, and I've seen this where they go, oh, I can't do that because no me van a dejar, they're not going to let me because I'm not white and stuff, but you didn't even try.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And that's why it irks me when people fucking throw it out, because I'm like, you're using it as an excuse to not get
It's a
ahead.
crutch.
Yeah.
A crutch. Yeah, a crutch. Because if you sit there and go, what's one of the best commodities in the world right now? To have freedom of speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a black person, person of color and stuff, you can go, you know what's wrong with race? Blah, blah, blah. If you're a white person, you'd be like, you know what's wrong with race?
Oh,
Canceled, you're dead. You know?
Demonetized,
And
fucking
it's like,
everything, dude.
but, it's like, that's why it irks me with stuff when people throw it around. Like I said, I see it a lot of times as an excuse. And if you think about it, there are privileges to being every little fucking thing, whatever. We had a privilege of, for example, in high school or whatever, and you'd have a if you're Latino, you can get this scholarship. If you're a woman of color, you
absolutely.
get this scholarship. Not if you're this or not if you're that and stuff. So there are certain advantages to being here, but people tend to ignore those things.
No, but I know what you're talking about, and I've heard other people tell me, yeah, but it's way more for the white. It's like, okay, so now you're not just saying that.
But what does that person do with their life? That's what you got to ask.
No,
yourself, too.
but not even that far. I'm just saying, like, her excuse to bringing that up is that there's way more for the white man. Well, I mean, so you want to be privileged too, and wrong being privileged, but because you're saying that they're wrong for having that now you want to be doing it, but because they have more, like, you're still wrong though, because you want it too. Like, Nobody should get a
There
privilege,
should
right?
be no
Technically,
free pass
exactly.
to not be an asshole. Like,
It's crazy, you know, how people complain about it, but when they find out they have it too, oh, but it's not enough.
Yeah, there's always
Fuck, what?
It's
Okay.
there, like
All right.
somebody put it like there's always
All right.
when you're complaining about stuff like that. There's always like a goalpost you're moving.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
You have this, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
You have this, but
Yeah.
it's not enough. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like honestly, people like that that'll use all these excuses. You're only allowing yourself to get so far in life because you're not gonna sit there and ask or do something. You know, like. You know, because you don't think, you go, oh, well, I've heard of these terms and this is what happened, so it's going to happen to me. But did you try? Did you try asking for that raise? Did you try asking for a better position? Are you working hard enough?
Yeah,
Or do
exactly.
you think you should just be handed it to you? You know what I mean? Because sometimes people go, hey, you know what? I have to work twice as hard because this and that, right? And I use this. I go, you know what? For example, my dog looks like a pit bull. And I'm on his ass a lot more. But you know what? He's twice the better dog than a lot of dogs I see out there that are misbehaving, that are doing this. So what the fuck am I complaining about? He's twice the better dog. But he had to work twice as hard because people see him a certain way. Fuck him.
Because they want the easy
Fuck
shit.
him. You know, like,
everybody
if he's not, just like you said, Chris, if you're pulling me over and ain't doing shit wrong, but not everybody thinks like you. People go, oh, you see? Oh, you see?
Yeah.
You see? It's like what you just said. Well, if I'm not doing anything wrong, what do I give a fuck?
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
yeah.
Cop, pull me over. Check my car. Oh, you check your driver's drugs. Go ahead. There ain't shit in here.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. What do I give a fuck? But people go take that and go, oh, you see? You see? This is why I can't do anything in life because, you know, it's like that's not necessarily the fucking case. You know what I mean? I also use the fucking example like, well, like, for example, and this is just a very vague example, but, you know, Eminem, they didn't let him in because he was white at first.
Yeah.
So he had to be twice as good as everybody else. And now he's revered as the greatest MC. Because he had to be twice as good as everybody. So it's like, so is he complaining now? Because he's better than everybody else, honestly. And he can't use certain words,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
And he's still better.
Yeah.
And other rappers will tell you he's fucking better than a lot of black people that do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but he didn't sit there and complain. He could have said that, well, they're not letting me in. I have to work twice as hard as everybody else. He said, I will. And I did. And I'm better than everybody else now.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's necessary for the evolution of culture that we only let the exceptional people just further get better. Because when we sit there and just hold on to fucking shit that does not really, we have no influence over that. None of us asked to be here. We just are here. So deal with the circumstances, but don't let it mire you down and hold you back. Just fucking go forward and get better. That's all I ask.
I just see it as like you said, a crutch, because I have seen people like, well, did you try? Well, no, because I know I'm not going to get it. When it's like, but you don't know for sure because you didn't try.
Yeah.
Well, I just hear this stuff about them giving it to all white people and this and that. It's like, but did you try?
No.
No. Why not? Because I heard they're not giving it to anybody but white people. It's like, well, you just fucked yourself.
Well, it's easier to blame someone else than blame yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Stuff, you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
nobody's gonna fucking tell you, well, I may not work as hard, or maybe they're kind of working harder than me. No one says that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If their kid's acting like an asshole, you know, they don't go, well, I could be a little bit stricter with him.
No.
You know, nobody says that. They go, my angel's out there, you know, and this and that, you know. But
That's why you got.
what is your opinion on this? Let me know.
No, well, I bring it up because sometimes, I mean, I think that if there's a struggle, even between skin colors or minorities or ethnic groups, whatever you want to call it, if there wasn't a struggle, then you wouldn't have like success stories that help human society move forward. If everybody had been treated equal from centuries, we wouldn't have many great historian people that broke
the cycle, yeah.
broke the cycle and changed
Overcome, change culture.
exactly.
Make it better.
So yeah, it sucks for who's dealing with the struggle, but that struggle is gonna have maybe out of like a group of 100,000 people, 2 of them are gonna break and raise the bar for the next generation, and that helps human social evolution.
Yeah.
Instead, because if we would have been all being treated equal, we would have still sort of been living the life of the 1800s, 1700s, because everybody was taken care. Everybody was treated equal. Everybody was treated fair. there's no point. There's no struggle. There's no thing moving society forward to where we are right now.
Yeah. Dude, and just, I mean, there are things that even in the last fucking 20, 30 years have changed a lot. But again, people that want to complain will move it. That's not enough. We need more. That's not enough. We need more. I was watching not too long ago you know how American Horror Stories, you know, the series, they had the death of Versace, which actually didn't know the story and stuff, right? So there was like this dude, this homosexual dude that was like this pathological liar. He like moved his way up to like get up to he like idolized Versace and ended up shooting him. But during the whole series, you just like fucking people were relentless with gay people, like fucking relentless. Like,
how's that make
fucking,
you feel?
Yeah, Saulo, how does it make you feel? I mean,
you're the one that went through the surgery. You tell us.
This is like, I think in the late.
How was your surgery,
I think
Chris?
in the 90s.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the 90s, and just like how
He got
far.
killed in Miami, right, or something.
How far
Right
in
in front of his house.
Yeah,
or
dude,
something?
that guy shot him. Andrew Kana.
Idolize him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Filipino, your people.
Like I said, if you guys are looking for him, his name is Chris Kana.
But
I
it
guarantee
just,
you
like,
he's a suspect.
My point being is like, dude, it was really bad.
Chris.
Like, it was to the point where
Yeah.
I mean, Roseanne brought the that sitcom Roseanne.
That was
She
you,
brought
huh?
in like characters that were lesbian, and people were losing their shit. How dare you bring in
She was called liberal
lesbians?
at one point, and now she's
Yeah,
called,
like this is what I get with like when the whole Roseanne thing happens. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, her whole career she's been pushing the envelope and pissing people off. When the fuck did that ever change?
Something
But it's
was
like all of
wrong.
a sudden we don't know because 20 years ago we have a lot of millennials now and a lot of younger people that don't know who she is. And it's like, I don't know who she is, so I'm
That's
taking that out of
exactly.
context.
That's exactly.
But my
it.
point being is like she brought in, and it was like a fucking major deal. There was a lot of people pissed off when they gave Ellen a show because she was lesbian.
Yeah,
when she
sure.
came out and stuff, and people were like, "I'm lesbian," but now look how many people. I'm not saying this is a bad thing because it's not, but you see a lot of gay representation now, and there's like a transsexuals. Like, how much has that shit changed? Not enough. We need more.
Yeah,
we need more. It's like, I'm not saying like you should like lessen it. I don't care. I like be who you are.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I'm for gay marriage. If you want to marry whoever you love.
Coming out so we can see it too?
Go ahead, Chris.
Chris. My point being like people are like, oh, you know, and I get it, dude. There's gonna be there's still homophobes out there. There's still you know, gay bashers and all that shit. But what we see nowadays is like, do you really like if I don't tell a kid, right, about how bad it was for gay people, and he sees like media and he sees TV, he sees portrayal and stuff, would he think these people were fucking marginalized as early as 20 fucking years ago? You know, you wouldn't and stuff. But I'm saying there's a lot of fucking things like people of color are more than now in things. If you watch TV, we got a lot more stuff going for us.
Apparently, we had a black president. I didn't even know that.
Not enough. It's not enough. You know, it's like there's always that not enough thing where it's just like I'm just kind of tired of all these fucking politicizing
And it's
everything.
every generation. Like I said, that's what I think about it. Like, you know, there's the wise.
Good thing we have a great president right now.
Oh, I mean, we were talking about that fucking that Covington kid with the MAGA hat. There was no story there. that we talked about in this podcast with that whole MAGA hat kid thing with the Indian dude. There was no story that we just desperately wanted a fucking story to see how much it's a crazy fucking thing and racism and this and that. But it's like there was no story there. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got arrested. There was no laws broken, but it was a story.
You need to create sometimes your own enemies. That's why, like, once people start putting in labels, the name of the label is basically a team.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. That's a team. You know what?
Tribal is what you say, Chris. It's the tribalism of everything. Fucking Kathy Griffin like made a big deal about that whole Covington kid thing because that team, right? I guess that school has a basketball team. Now when the Golden State Warriors make that symbol right there and stuff, that means they just shot a 3, and they made it popular.
Yeah.
They made like this. And
that means asshole.
She took a picture of the kid because the kid, I guess, from that school made a 3-pointer, and he's like running towards the other. She's like, you see, that means white power. And it was like, come on. He's like, you see how blatant these kids are? White power and this and that and all this shit. It's like, that signal that there's white power is like, you could get fucking Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and fucking Draymond Green, who are all black. That like, they made that fucking simple thing. But it was like,
Draymond is as black as you drink.
The Warriors made.
That dude is as black as that screen,
The
dude.
Warriors.
He's good God.
But it was so desperate. So you see, they're blatantly showing white power signals.
What?
And people are like, oh yeah. I was like, doesn't anybody watch basketball?
No.
I mean, the kid
No,
was
they
playing
don't.
basketball. You know,
They don't
like,
watch basketball. You know what they watch? What comes out on fucking Instagram and Twitter. What is that? What picture?
I
What,
mean,
what
you
was
had to
this?
make. You had to make
It
something.
doesn't matter, dude.
Had to make
None of these
something
pe- yeah.
out of nothing.
Come on.
There was
now,
no
dude.
story there, but a web.
See,
we had to
wait,
make.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey, and that's fine.
keep-
It's fine that they do that, but don't call it the fucking news.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm
That's its
saying.
own TV show.
But people are
Because they
lazy.
get, like I said, a stupid ass. I guarantee you know what she saw. I don't know. But I guarantee you, one of the pictures she saw was like on Instagram or Twitter, and it was like, oh, that doesn't look right. Because she, in her mind, her fucked up mind, she saw white power somehow.
if you're looking for it,
and then
Exactly,
you
sure.
Obama
That's so
was
fucking
on
stupid.
that Letterman my next
interview?
guest needs no
Yes,
introduction,
yes.
and he nailed it. He's like, if you're looking for something, if you Google something, two people could look up the exact same
Yep.
thing, but what you want to see, you're gonna find. And people want to see, they want to see more examples of racism. So they'll click on that article and they'll see that and be like, yeah, you see, there's just another
Yep.
example
Yeah.
of racism.
how can I be offended?
Yeah,
Let me-
how
let
can
me
I
see.
be offended? How this and that? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, think about, ¿qué te ganaste? What'd you win out of that? What are you getting?
Nomás
at?
tú el
want
pinche coraje.
you want that resignation. You
Yeah.
want that reinforcement of your own beliefs.
Yep.
So it's like you see a story
Yeah.
and you go, "That's my beliefs." Even if it was the headline,
Yeah.
the headline could be catchy because they know it's gonna click.
Yeah.
But you go, "I didn't even need to read the article. I know what it's all about."
Where do you ingest most of your media? Like
I mix it up, dude. If I see an article, I try to do whatever I can to research
you
it.
look at the opposite side of the.
I try to see the full story.
Okay.
If I see, a shooting or something, it's like, what was the whole story? Was the guy running away from the cops? Was the guy, a suspect? Did he have a warrant for his arrest? Or was he just, was it just literally like the fucking, I'm just using it as like cop shootings as like an example and stuff. But, it's like, there was an example the other day. There was a kid from Fresno who was running away from the cops and he got shot. Okay, and 2017 this happened. Now the lawyer wants to come back and sue the city because he shot the kid from the back and he was unarmed. But the kid was arrested for he was under suspicion of murder, and they pulled him over. He ran away from the cops. Him and his brother were suspected of murder. Later on, for that same investigation that he was being investigated for, his brother confessed to the murder, that they did it together. But in that instance, he didn't have an arm. He ran away from the cops after they pulled him over. He jumps the fence. They shoot him from the back. He jumped the fence into like a fucking
Someone's
a
backyard.
daycare or some shit. It's like he was a fucking he was like wanted for murder. You know what I mean? And then they shoot him from the back. And now the lawyer wants to sue the city, and the parents are suing the city. Oh, they should. All he was doing was running away. You were running away from the cops. What'd you expect?
And for
was gonna
murder.
happen?
And for murder.
This is where we're heading to. Like, if you use that as an excuse, right? And it's like, okay, well, what are the cops supposed to do? This guy's wanted for murder. He runs away. Oh shit, he ran away. Bye. Is that what we're going for?
He's
Yeah.
coming right for us.
Is that what we're going
Yeah,
for? Is that what's going to be
absolutely.
justified now?
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't shoot someone if it's not a threat to you, not a direct threat to anyone.
So you would let him go?
You lie.
Probably,
You
dude.
shoot his ass.
I'd want to, yeah.
and say that wasn't you. So, but that's your bullet. No, I
there's a
didn't know.
My point being is like, there's a difference between if they go, the cop shoot an unarmed child. That sounds bad, right? Shot an unarmed child.
Mhm.
Kid was underage, but he killed somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, there wasn't like they weren't chasing him for no reason. He ran away from cops. So what are cops supposed to do? They pull you over,
Call
and
backup.
You're
Call backup.
and he keeps running and he outruns you.
So, okay. So, if I'm just casually running down the street, like working out and shit,
Yeah.
and somebody that looks like me fucking passes
Would you stop for the cops?
me, I would, but would I have to?
Huh?
Would I have to?
No, you wouldn't have to.
Okay, say
If
what's the
I've got
difference?
headphones on and I'm jogging down the street,
I'm gonna
and
get popcorn for this. I wanna see David's
No, this is great. This is
Right?
great. This is great.
because there's a lot
Yeah.
of circumstances. If I'm running down the street with headphones, I don't hear the commands. Should they just shoot me? I
But
mean,
this kid wasn't. That's
But it doesn't
semantics
matter.
because this
No,
this kid
it's
was
different,
pulled over and was running away from the cop. They
Doesn't
had
matter.
him almost in custody. They were about to put the handcuffs and he runs away.
Okay.
So he could go free.
Catch him again. No, nobody said fucking pull off. But don't shoot the guy either. You know?
Because he got shot in
Well,
the
let's
back.
agree to disagree on that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. I get what you mean because
He got shot
what
in
if
the back of the head.
what
Is
if
his
they
life any less valuable at that point?
Yes.
For what? What are his crimes?
Murder.
But he
No, they were arresting
but
him.
he hasn't been convicted yet.
in America and our great nation that Trump lives in?
He's running into daycare.
It has to be
holds
proven
kids
in the court of
hostage.
law. It
That's
has
completely different.
to
I'll
be.
ask the motherfucker.
Because up until that point, he's innocent.
Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. I heard he jumped the fence and he was running into the yard of a house that was a daycare. Now he's capable of murder. Now,
Right.
He holds your kid
But that's
hostage.
you
still
are too.
Huh?
Right now, you are too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not running away from the cops.
Doesn't matter. You said
But the thing about it is,
Being
it's the he said,
capable
she said
means
shit
nothing,
up
though.
until, like they say,
We all
proven
are
guilty.
capable.
Because up until you get proven guilty, you are innocent. Until a judge says that you're guilty, you are innocent, no matter what.
I see that point.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
that
'cause
point.
That's the law. That's the way the law works.
the other thing is, if this was a daycare center.
Now, hold on. Though.
Hold on. Let's say this place is a daycare center. What if the cop doesn't actually hit the guy, but hits a kid inside the house? I mean,
Well, he didn't shoot into the house. They shot at the yard outside of the
but
house.
what if you miss the
Yeah.
target and you end up
Wow,
shooting the kid in
bullets.
What if that kid would have
the
got
kid
it?
deserved it? He was
No,
well,
no. What
he did not
if
behave
the
that
guy
way.
sleeping in the house? Who told him to be sleeping?
Class the night before.
What if?
Who told that little
Okay,
son
you're
bitch
playing
to
what
be
ifs, right? What if he runs into the
Fuck
house,
you.
takes a couple kid hostage, and shoots a couple? He kills a couple kids himself during the hostage situation.
Well, you shouldn't have let him go. You shouldn't be able to catch him.
Listen, again, and this, you know what? This how you do it. In the court of law, he's innocent. But morally, would I have shot his ass? Yes. Because you know, right? You just know whether I'd be wrong or not. Probably.
Would you have shot him?
But I would. Fuck yeah, right in the fucking face. Clap, clap,
I know you
clap.
would have. You would shoot anyway.
Make it clap on your face. Clap, clap.
The gun
I'll reload on your ass. Clap some more. And then
I see that
and then
as
still stalk you out.
You're crazy enough to kill somebody. Then you're crazy enough to run away from the cops, knowing the consequences that they could shoot you. What are you? What is going to go? Oh, but I can't do that. What at that point? What is the fucking next thing that you go? Well, nah, that's crossing the line there.
But that's why you train. Like,
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the guy. The guy being unstable in terms of the fact that this is not what he's capable. Hey, escapas. You're right. We're all capable of murder, but you've done it. You know what I mean? And you are. Why do they want to arrest him?
Because he's being accused of murder.
Because he's a danger to society at that
Wow.
point.
Well, you haven't proven that.
Exactly.
But
that's
okay,
what I'm saying. By
I get
court
it,
of law.
I get it, but
by the court of law, you haven't
if I
proven
was there
shit.
watching it,
Yeah.
okay, that'd be a little different. But if I'm waiting on fucking
like
third party
crispy
information,
popcorn.
More popcorn.
you know, like, did
Okay.
you really do that? I don't know that
Would
you
you-
really did
would
that.
Okay,
you-
but
I don't think so.
would an innocent, if you were innocent of murder, would you run away from the cops?
As a scientific experiment, I just might.
Why? Because you value something. You know they ain't got shit on me.
But it doesn't matter.
One of these.
I'll make them run for a while.
You wouldn't run from the cops?
No, if I had nothing to fucking, if I wasn't guilty of anything, why would I do that? That's stupid. I've actually seen that shit too. There was another video I saw where this kid was gonna get pulled over for a fucking street ticket, and he
just panics. They just panic, dude.
He took
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Had
People
no
just
priors.
panic.
Had no priors, and he takes off. He kills a couple people in his fucking pursuit, and now he's fucked. Then they come up and they fucking shoot his ass, and they go, he had no reason to run because he didn't have any priors. What the fuck was he running? He's just stupid.
That's you talking as a 30-something-year-old at 17. Would you have run?
No. I've been pulled over for the cops and stuff, and I don't give a fuck because I'm
Everybody
not have
reacts
shit.
Yeah, but
differently.
you've never. Here's the thing, though.
I've dipped. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I've done it too. But what I'm saying is, like,
How you broke your ankle?
no, I broke it by stick it up your ass. That's how I broke it. No, I mean, it's just people panic. That's it. And some people panic even knowing they're innocent. But if you, I mean, and tell me if I'm wrong. When you're driving down the street, I know that you're innocent.
Yeah.
But
Cop
if a
behind you?
cop gets behind you, you get a little like, oh,
Would
yeah,
you?
for sure.
Would you?
Hold on. But and that's what I'm saying, and that's just us. Like we have nothing. We're all innocent. We haven't done shit. And even if the cop gets behind any of us, do you not get a little tingle in the back? Like, ooh, I don't like that. Even though you know you're not doing anything wrong, and sometimes I might even get brave and be like, but pull me over, motherfucker. You ain't got shit.
For very different reasons, because I go, okay, I might have been speeding, and I'm thinking the hit that it's gonna take on my wallet, but I don't ever think, let me start running.
No, I know,
it makes it worse.
But that's because that's you. There's some people who may panic and may do that. They can prove that. It's happened, right? Does it sound crazy? Sure, I get it, but there's some people who might, like the Joker. That motherfucker had that. He had that crazy ass condition.
Once you panic, though, you're jeopardizing lives. Because if you start running, like you hit somebody.
No shit. But he could say, "I panicked because you put the lights on me." Well, why did you run? Because I panicked.
Okay,
simple.
Dude, you have. We all know that cops are capable of doing good or bad.
You have nieces,
especially now more than ever with the proof of the internet.
You have nieces and nephews, right?
Absolutely.
Do you tell them to run away from the cops?
No, Juan, that's not the point.
Yes, it is.
No. No, we're saying that in the heat of the moment, there's people, but there's gonna be people who might panic and run like that.
Okay, let me rephrase that question then.
Not saying that guy. Not saying that guy is innocent.
Rephrase the question.
I think he did it, and it was all right for him to get shot because if he
let me rephrase the question though.
But
if your niece and nephew, right? It's like okay, listen.
Dude.
Listen to me. I didn't even ask the question yet. Okay. And you go, okay, you as the older person, right? You go, okay, listen, you're driving now and this and that. If you get pulled over, you're going to have to pull over right here and stuff, right? If the cop comes behind you. Now, what if your niece and nephew's like, fuck that, I'm just going to run. Would you go, yeah, do that?
No. Of course not.
Why? Why not?
Because it's wrong.
No
but
kidding.
So what? You think my dad told me go street race and go fucking run and do crazy shit? No, hold on. That was
fundamentals.
Yes, and guess what? I knew my fundamentals, but it was still my personal decision to say fuck it. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna be stupid and I'm gonna fucking be involved in this crowd.
What could have happened to you if you happened?
Oh, dude, death. Right?
You know that.
Yes, absolutely. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't in the heat of the moment. I knew that it was wrong, right? But in the heat of the moment, I want to go do this.
Heat of the moment.
It is what it is. And some people may run. Now, going back to your thing about the dude, we're not saying he was innocent. He most likely was fucking guilty, right? But until you can prove that he's innocent, unfortunately, and it was wrong.
So he takes another life in the process of running away from the cops. That's
then
fine.
You charge him for that again.
No, it's not fine. But I mean, what are you supposed to do?
No, exactly. It's not fine. But when you get him, then he gets charged for that, and then he kills somebody. That's just how it's unfortunate that's how it works.
You go, don't deal with it until it happens. But aren't people there to prevent that?
We do?
No,
well, that's
you
the
can't
point of the whole
it,
court system.
Yeah,
you have to prove something.
But isn't that how we deal with most shit now?
If that guy was running with a fucking gun in his hand. Okay, I can validate. Yeah, he got shot. He shot in the back of the head because he's running towards. It doesn't matter if it's fucking running into a lake. He's still running with a fucking gun. You don't know if it's fully loaded, but the guy literally just jumped over the fence, ran across, and then shot him in the back of the head. So it's like, how was he more of a danger than the cop? Because the cop could have missed and ultimately hit something else or someone else.
And they're supposed to be the ones that hold more composure. They're trained to know when to shoot and when not to shoot. That's the thing about it. You know what I mean?
And if they do shoot someone wrong, and they have no accountability anyway. So
yeah. The other guy, and again, yes, it's not right. If he would have got away and he killed more people, you know what? Like, it's like any serial killer. You just get charged with more until you get caught. That's just how it works. And if they can catch you alive, that's what they're supposed to do.
Well,
not
that's
shoot you.
Because that's like, dude.
That's the law. That's the law. Catch him alive, even though he's shooting a gun at you. But if you can get him alive, that's better. Like, that's seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes even people. That's why when you have those hostage situations.
Okay, Okay, let's go to a hostage situation. Let's say you got a guy on top of a building and he's shooting people. Boom, boom, boom. Don't shoot him.
No, that's different.
He has the weapon in his hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's different.
Okay, he shoots a bunch of people and he drops the gun. He starts running and he.
No, because you already saw. You know that there's proof that he already shot somebody. He already killed.
This kid was had an arrest for a murder warrant.
Yeah, that's still still an accusation. Until it's proven, it doesn't mean that's true though. You're being accused of murder, so we're bringing you in.
I see that people,
Right?
people save lives like that by taking out somebody.
Again,
like
I'm
that.
not saying I don't think they did the wrong thing. Shoot that motherfucker. If you feel that he's doing something wrong, and you have the ability to shoot him, then do it, right? If that's how you feel. That's why I was saying some people panic and the cop decided, you know what? I know I shouldn't shoot him. And I might miss and I might kill somebody else, but I don't give a fuck. I feel this guy needs
Like
to
the
go
other-
personally, not the cop, me. Boom. And that was it.
Like the other kids,
That's what, you know?
the other kids that's kind of crazy. Where
That's humanity.
obviously the officer fucked up.
You have
was
that
where
choice.
He ended up shooting this lady through the window. That happened also recently.
Mhm.
That is also some fucked up shit, dude. You know, like the officer never tried to like make contact like at the front door. He got called in because the neighbor's like, "Hey, my neighbor."
He's a hot hand. He had that hot hand. He wanted to come in.
What was this? What happened?
So the neighbor called in because he knows that his neighbor's door had been open for a while, which I don't know why is that anything to be worried about. So he called the cops. Hey, can you go check on my neighbor?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 in the morning or something.
Yeah,
that.
like the door is open and I don't know what's going on. So the cop shows up, one officer.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this one. Yeah.
So he didn't even bother to make contact to the front door. Hey, police.
Yeah, and he didn't identify himself as a cop. Yeah,
So
that
he
was
just-
sheer incompetence for sure.
Yeah, he just went to the side door and
For
I
sure.
guess he saw someone's face in the window. Just boom.
Yeah.
And the
I
lady
saw
was
that.
playing video games with her
She was
son.
babysitting her nephew. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he fucked up because he didn't
Right.
fucking identify himself as a cop and stuff. If
Right,
you're
right,
looking
right,
for
right.
somebody, of course, that's
Didn't
a
even
fucked
call
up
for
shooting.
backup.
And again, I'm reasonable. Like that one is a fucked up situation that shouldn't happen. That was a fucking fucked
Right,
up,
right, right,
incompetent fucking cop that did that. I was like,
Mistakes have
my
been
number one
made.
thing. I'm not trained at all, but I'm like, why didn't you identify yourself?
Right.
Hey, Dallas Police Department, where the fuck it was. Hey, Dallas Police Department, coming in, you know what I mean? What's going on in here,
Anybody home?
Anybody home? Dallas Police Department, show your hands, like whatever, you
I
know?
mean, again,
That
I
would've
think
been
it always
And then that one, fuck yeah, that's stupid. That was fucked up,
it just becomes a moment of how you feel at that moment.
Okay,
I think
so going back to that scenario, what if the original call was for they spotted a suspect that was accused in a murder, but the cop got the wrong address. So he dips around to the back.
Why would you run?
Cause you panic. There's people, like I tell you, dude. There's people do
There's
stupid
people
shit all the
panic.
time.
There's people that panic,
Well,
but
no, but the person that you were just talking about, they didn't run. They were just in their. They just looked out their window, right?
the
Yeah.
story that he brought up, yeah.
So is that justification for murder?
No, of course not. I said in that one was fucked up.
Yeah, but I just switched the scenario. So if the cop goes to the wrong address and the original call was for like a murderer, so they dip around just like this other story. In one scenario, with just a regular woman, the cop's bad about shooting her, right?
Yeah.
He's fucked
So
up.
you're saying if they were looking for a murder suspect and they go around to the window and they
the
shoot
wrong
the lady
house. To the
to the
wrong
wrong
house.
house?
To the wrong
Yeah, of
house.
course. But in that one, was the person running?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter a lot.
No, because in that other scenario, you said it was just because of what they were accused of.
What did we used to say?
And now I'm
what did
saying-
cops used to say? Fucking stop or I'll shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah.
When did that, like, we used to teach kids,
That-
like, dude, if
that,
you run
you
away
know-
from cops, it's bad news.
That stopped
It's bad
when
news.
we
Oh, yeah.
when social
Bad
media
news.
started and they're starting
Yeah,
to
but
see
that's my
more
point. It's like,
fucking-
for
you
some
know what I
reason,
mean?
we're
Yeah.
telling kids now, which is dangerous, because we're showing that and telling them this always happens, and then also, yeah, if you're running away from the cops, it's cool.
No,
It's like
I don't think anybody's telling these kids that. It's just they see it
when
now
you
on
see
social
these things
media.
like,
well, yeah, because social media makes it look cool.
Because
But
they go, all he was doing was running away. It's like, that's fucking evading arrest. It's a crime. It's like, don't say that all he was doing was this, because that's, if you have nothing to worry about, don't fucking run.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
But
That's what
would
I'm
you
saying.
deny that there is an uptake in, like, because these devices that people have, they can record their real lives, so there is an uptake in, like, a lot of people getting shot because of scenarios that maybe that could
Yeah,
have
I think-
avoided. Like,
Yeah, there's
there's
mistakes all the time, of course.
There's a video that I also saw. I think this is already like about 2 years ago, maybe last year. This college student who was living at the dorm, I forgot the name of the university. He was actually picking up the trash with a stick around his dorm building. Somebody called saying, "Hey, this guy looks kind of suspicious," and then several units showed up with like their guns drawn out.
Yeah.
And they're like, get down on the ground. Like, why? I live here. I'm picking up trash,
Yeah.
and like drop the weapon. And the guy's like, this is not a weapon. This is a garbage stick.
Yeah.
How is this a weapon? This
Yeah.
thing's like so flimsy. Drop the weapon. And they literally followed this guy because this guy was not giving up. He's like, dude, I live here, you know. And it shows the video. He goes around the building. He's still picking up trash as he's still arguing with the officers. And the officers, you could tell the body cam. The officer has a gun drawn the whole time. So I could see why. Why do I have to listen to you when I know I'm not doing anything? I live here.
Would you do that?
That's why I could relate to the video.
Would you do that?
Because at one time back when we were seniors, when I had braces, there were times one Monday of every month, I had to go to the orthodontist.
Yeah.
So I had to get out of school early to go to take the bus. Every single time I got pulled over. Every single time. Where are you going? I'm going to the orthodontist. Every single time. And the last time I got pulled over, I was walking back when I was living by Jim's Lake. I'm walking down the street and I could see a unit just driving the wrong way, and I could see it in my corner of my eye. But I mean, like same thing. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm walking, and next thing you know, I was like, hey kid, come here. And I turn around. Okay, I'm complying. So where you going? I'm going home. Where you live?
Why didn't you run?
I didn't run, but I kept walking.
Why didn't you?
I was just down the street from my house.
But why didn't you run to your house?
But the point is, like, why did I have to get? Why did this guy have to come over and talk to me? Like,
right. Because you're a Mexican little boy. That's it.
And what happened? What happened with that?
What else?
And then what happened? And then what happened?
But I can completely understand why kids or other people may panic.
Yeah.
Because like they see this shit on TV.
Yeah.
Like this guy maybe was innocent because there's also a lot of videos.
Yeah. No. Listen. I'm not. I don't think he was. If you're, I don't know. Right. But maybe he was. Right. Or maybe he wasn't innocent. Okay. But again, it's always like I keep saying, dude. If that person who's holding the gun that day felt I'm shooting somebody today, guess what? That man got shot. It's fucked up. But, you know, and I guarantee you, now he's thinking, I knew I wasn't supposed to shoot him. But at that moment, he felt in the...
This is what, like, everybody that has... You know, I'm not by all means like, oh, my God,
matter.
cops can't do no wrong. Because absolutely not and stuff. There are fucked up cases. For sure. I just brought up that one because I thought, dude, in essence... I mean, even though the kid didn't... I mean, there's a special scenario. There's a special scenario.
He's a scumbag, but...
Yeah. But a lot of people go, the people that I go, oh, dude, fucking cops are the worst and this and that. I go, why don't you become a cop?
Yeah, and I agree. You know,
why don't we have cultures that go, we have cultures that go, oh, we can't stand the cops and cops are in this and that. It's like, why don't you become a cop? Do it. And because those people go, fuck that. You know, it's like, why not? Go in there. What were we just talking about right now? People that change the norm. Go in there and change the system, dude.
That's why it's always good to have a struggle.
There's cops now and stuff. There's police commissioners that are people of color now and all this shit. You know what I mean? It's like not enough. We gotta do something else to change stuff. There's always this narrative. Not enough. It's like, then go ahead and do it.
We'll have a black pope one day, and that is still not gonna be enough.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why? Again, these people that are like, oh, cops are always fucked up. They're always corrupt. This and that. Go be a cop. Yeah. It's like, why aren't you a cop? Because I'm not complaining. Plain and simple. Like if you think
I'm not a stripper, that's not something I want to do.
It's like you want to change it.
You want to love them.
Someone who's not wanting to be a stripper, you get naked a lot.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I know. Right?
San Jose Senior Sacks. Your little two sacks.
You want to change it? Go in there, educate yourself, and change it.
And you were like shirt off, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Like,
dude,
we're gonna take.
So let's go streaking. What? Who's saying this?
Hey, you want to change it? Educate yourself. Become a lawyer. Become a cop. Go into law enforcement and change it.
I don't know if you noticed, like lately, this last couple of years, I do because my mom watches like Univision and Televisa. They're starting to introduce a lot of English during Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Spanglish now.
Yeah, every sentence has at least one word in English, and I'm like.
There's novelas, no son novelas ya, son series.
Rosa de Guadalupe.
Pero ya no se llaman novelas, ahora son series.
Because they're
Because they're series, they're doing the
Seasons
same.
and all that
they're,
shit.
they're like trying to simulate the U.S. culture.
Yes, absolutely.
From outside of the U.S. And
Would you say it's analogous to the same way Japanese people try to be like Americanized? Like
sort of, yeah.
Like the way their animation tries to be blue-eyed, big-eyed, blonde.
Yeah.
Like
But
self-hatred for your own culture.
They're doing more subtle.
Oh, dude, I was watching this interesting, like, Ceci was showing me this interesting documentary called, like, I think it was, like, Sex and Love. It was, like, and they go to different countries, and they show how sex and love, how people are, you know, in different countries. And one of them was, like, Japan. And they were talking about how Japan is, like, it's, like, dude, the people, and they talk to a bunch of people, and, like, they're fucking, like, cold. Mm-hmm. Like, they're, like, talk to married people, like, when was the last time you kissed your wife? And like, oh, no.
No, we don't.
We don't talk. How dare you? You offended me, sir. I do you. How dare you ask such a stupid
like,
question?
it's actually very entertaining because they have a couple, and they're like, "Will you hug right now?" And they're like, like you just like,
You mean hug her?
Just talk to a total stranger. Like, would you kiss this lady for me, please? You know, like, but one of the things, like,
what do you think? Just because she's my wife, I have to kiss her? What the fuck kind of shit is going on
they
here?
go from country to country. It's a really interesting documentary stuff on that and stuff. But there was I think it was Japan, and I think another one was India. In India, they're very like the women are very submissive, and also I can't remember if it was Japan or India, but because of the internet. And because they see Western, they see American stuff.
Japan.
I think it's Japan.
Yeah, it's definitely Japan.
They totally have this. It totally changes a lot of the women's perspective on what, like, how you should be. You should be more affectionate with me. You should be this way with me, and you should be that way with me. I mean, they go. It's a very interesting documentary and stuff. They even have like male gigolos that fucking all they do is affection with women. Like, you fucking, like, they come, you have drinks with you.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
come. And
Oh,
the whole
yeah,
thing. Yeah, I thought, Chris, you would kill over there, bro. They all look like women. Those
Dude,
dudes.
Chris, you would be the guy getting the guy.
The ironic part.
You'd be ordering the guys. Let me get that guy's number.
The
right
ironic
now.
part is that they all look like girls too. The guys, it's fucking funny. But the guy was talking about, it's like, yeah, my parents don't give me affections. So me, the girls coming here, they're paying me, and at the same time, I'm getting my therapy out of it because I didn't have affection
Chris,
with like my
found your
mom and all
job,
that shit,
dude.
you know?
But you're gonna be puro negro though.
But I just
Puro black guys,
like
just
the
for you.
influence, the influence
black guys. You're gonna
of
have to
American
console the black
culture
guys.
because the internet is so giant now and stuff. Like the influence of culture now is being it's like kind of like
Changing.
going into other cultures to see like to be like, well, it's this way in the outside of the country or it's outside of the world. You know, it influences for sure.
So years ago, people would come to California, LA, especially like people from outside the country, will go to Disneyland and just take a picture in front of just the entrance of Disneyland. To them, that's like, we're at fucking Disneyland.
Yeah.
We can't get in the park, but we're right in front of it. And those fucking do fucking pictures. Now,
Iconic.
so when my cousins came for the first time, you know, because obviously Facebook is here, like, oh, where's Facebook? Whoa, we were already cruising. Like, dude, it's just like about 5 more minutes in the 85. Let's just go. We
You
go
took
there.
them?
We took over my cousin because we were like 5 minutes away. Might as well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Go ahead. I got.
there
a story
was
about
a
that, too.
line of people
Yeah.
just to take picture at the
Yep.
entrance of Facebook.
Iconic.
Had, like the big,
The big thumbs
up.
up. And nobody
Dude, there
throwing
was
a
a-
thumbs up. What kind of stupid shit is that? If you
There
sitting
was-
there in front of the thumbs up and you don't take a picture and give a thumbs up, that's
Dude,
stupid.
there was a line
I
to
see
take a
that
picture,
all the time.
and this is regular, everyday traffic.
And they don't charge you. Like, it's just the sign outside.
You have to. There's a line, but
Yeah.
you have to be careful because there's traffic going
Yeah.
on. I mean, it's
And
not
dude,
a lot of-
that's right off the Dumbarton, right?
yeah.
So you're coming in hot, and these people out there just.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm surprised
And
nobody's been
nothing but-
taken yet.
Nothing but Asian
Seriously,
people.
I tell
Nothing
you
but Asian
because
people.
that's one of the routes I take. I pick up one of my execs on Fremont,
Yeah.
and then we take them to SFO. So I go through the 84,
Yeah.
and that's where the Facebook is. Dude.
Oh, I believe it. I
But that's
believe
how
it.
much.
Dude,
That's how much they
hella.
emulate. They emulate U.S. culture because
Hella
we're
people.
fucking the main outsourcer of fucking entertainment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bollywood is Bollywood because of Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just emulating.
Exactly,
ours.
exactly.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like all this shit. Like I sometimes when I have cousins visiting from out of the area, I go, "Wow, we do have a lot of shit here." I'm like, "There's PayPal, there's eBay, there's Facebook,
Just
there's
in the
fucking,
Bay Area, Netflix.
Netflix." I mean,
Yeah.
I used to pass by
Google.
I used to pass by the
Samsung.
on the way to
Samsung,
work.
yeah.
I used to work on the way to work in Los Gatos. I used to fucking pass by the original Netflix
Yeah.
Dude, back when I was working.
Yeah.
It was just down the street.
Yeah, and then they bought that complex over there, like on
You
the
talking
other side
about
of Lark.
Cupertino? No.
No, in Los
No,
Gatos.
Los Gatos.
At the end of Winchester, because
Right
Winchester
near
is
the
On Lark
Pasona
University.
Park.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
they used to
drove
be
there
right
so
there,
many
and then they bought
times.
this complex, and I was like, wow, that shit's big. And that's when they were still doing like the DVD stream.
I was supposed to be
Now it's just
before I left the other
Boom,
security company.
dude.
I was supposed to be security at Netflix. Yeah,
dude, that shit was great. Like now, I think we passed by, like there's and now newer things. There's PayPal.
Yeah.
There's fucking Venmo and
dude. And the thing is,
even the little ones.
Yeah.
Adobe.
Well, those in
and,
downtown.
yeah,
hey, and we
Yahoo.
forget that
Intel.
we have all these companies here, and people come from around the world to the Bay Area just to see the building. And when I swear to God, dude, I drive by these buildings because that's my fucking job. I'm a driver. By these buildings damn near almost every day, or possibly at least one of these major ones, right? And I could give a rat's ass about that goddamn fucking place,
Dude,
but it's because we live here too. That's just like
We take it for granted.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, well, it's
sure.
nice with anything.
Yeah.
Like many years ago, when one of my cousins that graduated from graphic design in Mexico, when he found out the Adobe was here in San Jose, and I was in San Jose, like, Adobe's in San Jose? I'm like, yeah. Like, and how's the building? How's the building? I'm
yeah,
like,
and it ain't shit. Fuck that damn building.
it's like, it's in downtown. Yeah, you see it up the freeway, and like,
Hella casually, like, yeah.
like, exactly. but-
Talking about, I see the thumbs up every time. Facebook, baby, what you talking about? Like
It's
you
crazy how the area we live in has such an impact in the culture
rest
of
in the
world.
world. In the world, we're fucking with people that are like in Russia, like, because except for maybe my dumb ass and a few others, who doesn't have a Facebook nowadays and an Instagram and a
Russia has
Snapchat?
a couple of thousand of them.
Well, I'm sure they do, you pervert. Just the ones you gotten through? Hey, just the pictures he's gotten through. A couple thousand. I'm sure there's more.
No, but this the reach of the internet is fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody.
And that
everybody.
it's
Google.
good. There's
who
good.
doesn't fucking use Google nowadays?
It's
It
good.
has become a
It's-
Spanish word in Mexico. Googlear.
Sí, güey.
It's a fucking.
funny,
old-
Lalo.
back to what we were saying and stuff. It's like there's good and bad that comes with that. It's like it's cool that we're here and
We're a target, though,
We're
that's
like
for
the
damn sure.
center
For anybody who wants to get rid of it.
this spider web and this pupil is going all across the world and stuff. But at the same time, that is kind of sad that
At the same time, this is the
like,
brain, though.
taking away and starting to put English
assimilating
words.
The
Yeah,
rest of the world.
yeah.
Whatever.
That kind of sucks. That does suck.
I'm
Because dude, one of the most
fucking
important things is like when our kid is born, like I want our daughter to know Spanish for sure, for sure. That's what I mean, and it's like it gets kind of hard when like it's a harder and harder thing because English is everywhere now, and now if you're on the
Nate
internet,
Diaz
it's supposed
got
to
it
be
yesterday.
English, so.
That's how Nate
I
Diaz
hope
got it yesterday.
that, we stick to Spanish. You know what I mean?
No, then
For
as
sure.
long as we keep the language. One of the things about language is that the moment you forget or you don't teach a language,
You don't practice.
you end a culture because culture is carrying the language.
Yeah. that's
Language teaches you how to think because
said it
different
better.
languages have different what is that?
My way was better, you son of a bitch.
Different languages
I'm gonna let you finish,
put
but
the
no.
subject before the predicate or
I
whatever.
did.
Like it changes the way you think about things. Like different languages prioritize different subjects in a conversation.
Yeah.
So
It creates struggle. All right, guys. Let's do takeaways.
Pass me that bread over there. It's over there sitting acting all kinds of stupid.
But I'm balling. I've been eyeballing that bitch.
It's over there acting all kinds of stupid.
Gotta talk to it real quick.
this is how we're solving the world's problems. Left or right.
Pinche orejona, fuck that. Oh. I've been eyeballing that bitch for about 20 minutes. No.
Take away.
Yeah, he's has his
This bread is fucking delicious. That's a takeaway. I got my fucking Zelda. I got it at the end. Fuck yes. It was great, dude. Fuck. Success. That's the fucking end point.
This is sheer crumble. I'm gonna raise the volume just that
Sponsored by
crumble.
Pandaria.
But you fucking pan dulce, where you at, baby? I need money.
Pan Dulce Zone.
Tú estás mintiendo de pan, güey, pan.
Mexico Bakery sponsor us.
That's sexual, dude. Pan dulces. I like to get in that pan dulce zone. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You'll see me dancing up on that shit.
Just send us money, please.
There's any fucking zone, not a porn zone. I don't give a fuck. We're broke over here, you know.
Pornhub, we need a zone.
Just wait till there's a porn zone, dude. All of us wearing t-shirts and shit. Porn zone. I got that shit on my car. I made that shit a rap.
Fuck yeah, I'll rap my part in that bitch, dude. Porn zone.
The only website that posts all our videos.
Someone is starting it as we speak after listening to
Hey,
this.
that's your way into Jenna Jameson.
There you go. Cha-cha-cha?
Start covering your car seats with those shirts.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Takeaways.
Take away. You go.
My takeaway: if Juan's a police officer, don't run.
Yeah. I'll shoot you.
He will shoot your mother.
If I know you're
I'm
guilty,
fixing to shoot Chris right now. That's it, son.
if I have a feeling that you're not innocent, you're dead. Just letting you know.
You look at me crazy. You're dead.
You're a dead
guilty.
motherfucker.
Your takeaway.
Tim Burton did Planet of the Apes.
That's
all I got.
Burton did Planet of the Apes. Fuck. I can't get over that.
He's gonna dream about it.
That's it, bro. Yeah, I
Tim
stopped
Burton.
listening after that.
Tim Burton did. Damn. What was I? Fuck. Dude, yeah, that's pretty impactful.
I think
sure.
Tim Burton wants to forget that one too. So.
I think if you tell Tim Burton that, he'll have you murdered, dude, assassinated.
You know?
Erase your mind. Tu Lalo.
I'll come back.
Oh. What'd you take? What's your takeaway, senor?
I gotta watch Joker. Sounds like a real good movie.
Yeah. You probably should.
Tell me what revolver has 7 shots.
Tell me
Is
that.
that a thing? Wait, our gun expert. Is there a revolver with 7? Because
I'm
I
pretty sure
counted
there is,
the
yeah.
shots.
Pretty sure there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
6 usually.
6 in bigger revolvers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
But
7
they-
in the movie.
They do. I know there's a.
What's under? What
Some
is it? The
varmint
38, the smallest?
No.
You
No,
can
there's
get a
22s. There's 17 HMRs.
Oh, well, when they get that
Typically
small-
6. Typically 6 is
Yeah.
what I've
Typically
seen.
6, yeah.
But I've never seen a
But
7.
and
that's
I've never
my
seen
only
a 20.
gripe with the movie was you almost had me, but 7 is too
Well,
many.
but again, if he's dreaming, he has endless
he
amount
can
of
make
bullets.
whatever he wants. Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's true.
again.
Yeah, I know. There's a revolver that's a 17 HMR. That's I think like a 10 shot. But we're talking about real small rounds.
Yeah, and that's it. But like, if you're gonna get like a regular 38, it's 6.
It's typically
right?
6. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because I think for the most part, anybody who like any comment like him, he wasn't at that moment. He wasn't the special Joker, right? It was just a dude that was getting fucking stomped on. So if he was gonna get any revolver, it would have been a 38, and it's a regular
think so.
6 shooter. Yeah, for sure.
I know in the movie it's sort of like a close up when the guy drops the revolver on him.
Yeah.
That's the only moment you can actually freeze it,
Uh-huh.
freeze the frame,
And see if-
try
yeah.
to see if you can see how many
Yeah,
rounds it has.
like I said, it wasn't a special gun. It was a everyday, used up fucking 38
But
revolver.
like Heath Ledger, it's like you can change the world with just a little bit of gasoline and knives.
I'm saying.
Like one revolver, 7 shots, change culture.
Yep.
Like wow.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty good. Definitely watch it.
Think I'm gonna watch it.
You have to watch it, dude.
I'll probably be in DVD by next
Get a
week.
pen.
but-
Get a pen. Oh, Bali. Yes. Zones. All kinds
certain
of them.
places that sell certain tacos that have certain movies.
Yep.
Is all I'm saying. I'm incriminating myself.
Some certain DVDs.
That's all I'll
and,
say. Wink, wink.
Wow. His name is Juan Alvarado.
My name is Chris Kana.
I'm signed up for the exchange, the surgery exchange. Look at him. He's ready to go.
What's your takeaway?
Yeah.
No, so my takeaway was it kind of confirmed what I have been thinking about for 2 weeks, that
Dude,
struggle.
Chris likes men. Yes.
Fuck you.
No, the struggle is a good
That's-
thing.
that's
That
what he's been thinking
we shouldn't try to avoid it, because I think that's what's going on with a lot of hipsters. They're just trying to make everything too politically correct and gender
Yes,
neutral.
dude. There's a certain amount for that, but dude, let's not go.
It's going
It's
over
gone.
crazy.
It's gone crazy, dude. It's gone crazy. You need to chill. You know?
Yeah.
need to chill.
What do you mean avoid? Avoid.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to make the world, I mean, yeah, we should work towards making a world that's more fair, equal to everybody. But the reality, you can't. You have so many billions of humans in this planet. You can't have a perfect system.
Billions and
But-
billions and billions.
But trying to get rid of struggle, or at least trying to cover a struggle, it's just not. It doesn't help anybody. But I'm glad that I was able to talk to you guys about that, to get different opinions.
Get this
Because
fucking
I don't want to
alcoholic.
be a closed-minded person and just stick to what I think is. Because I'm pretty sure not everything that everybody thinks is ever right. Because you're basing it on how you lived your life and not how everybody else is living your life.
Yeah.
But talking about it, having that discussion, helps to even change your own perceptions.
Or at least have more perception, like
Yeah.
more options, like more just. It's not just this, you know.
Yeah.